hope everybody is having a great day. We did a thing this weekend, or let me rewind that. I did not do a thing. Jake did a thing. You know, we have a weenie dog, and we love the weenie dog. Well, Hadley and I love the weenie dog. Jake just tolerates her, I guess. He's been wanting a dog for himself, which technically on a farm you do need like a protective type dog. And Jingle will be, I mean, she is protective. She lets you know if there, oh gosh, I'm sorry, if there is anything in the yard, like birds, a reflection, she's going to let you know, because she's going to bark her head off. Well, this weekend, I was not expecting this, but Jake goes and gets a puppy. It is a pit bull puppy, and I know a lot of people have issues with pit bull puppies. We have had them in the past, and the dog that we had that was 14 before we got Jingle was a pit bull, and she was the best dog ever. It is, I believe, all in how you raise them, all in how you teach them to respect their owners, which that's with every dog, but especially with that breed, because now dachshunds are hard-headed, crazy hard-headed, but these dogs are a different kind of hard-headed in that they want to be the boss, and you have to make sure, I guess dachshunds are the same way. They want to be your boss, and they don't like it. That's why they're so hard-headed, because when you're trying to be the boss, they're like, no, I don't want you to be the boss. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. With pit bulls, they want to be the boss in the same way, but you have to be very consistent in your training. Be very you have to be stern with them so that they know where their place is. And I don't mean to say that ugly or whatever, because some people would probably take that as being ugly to a dog, but that's how people get their kids get hurt with dogs, because the people who have the dog don't teach it to respect humans, or don't socialize them correct or whatever. Now Jingle, when she was younger, she was not socialized except for with us, and she was not like I had to learn. She had to be socialized, because like with Gabby, our 14-year-old pit bull, she was just fine. She had always been socialized because we took her everywhere with us. Like, she didn't dislike any person. She was protective, but in a way that wasn't like put it to you this way. Jake works out of town. This was years and years and years ago. Early on in our marriage, he worked in Texas, and I went to Texas every other weekend to see him. The problem was that I was by myself during the week at night and every other weekend. So I would call, excuse me again, I would call I don't know why I'm saying that. I was there with her, and my mother-in-law came down to our house one time and knocked on the door, and she wasn't expected. Like, I expected her, but it was at nighttime, and it was kind of unusual. So Gabby was at the door, like, ready, like, who's at the door, like, what's going on. And as soon as I spoke to Gabby, she was completely fine. It was whatever. But Weenie just barks her head off at everything. I went off on a tangent. So he got this dog, and we consider it, this is what I said, he was our rescue dog, because Jake found this dog, and he had saved up some money to buy him a dog because I did not want another dog. But I told him, I was like, you know what? You want another dog, you can get another dog, but I don't want it to come out of our account. I don't want, stuff like that, just because I didn't, not that I dislike dogs or that breed, I just, raising a puppy is a lot, and I just got Weenie raised. We call her Weenie or Jingle, same dog. We just got her house broken, and she's 2. Like, it was hard work. I know they're one of the most hard-headed dogs to housebreak, but still, I was just tired of it. And I told him, you're doing all that. I'm not going to do that. I just can't. Like, I don't mind helping, but I can't be the sole one doing that. I don't want to. So, moving on. He brings the dog home. Hadley's so excited about it. Jake's excited about it. And I'm kind of like, his belly, y'all. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm sorry. This baby's belly, first of all, the puppy is 6 weeks old. We got Jingle when she was 11 weeks or 12 weeks old and had a couple sets of shots already. Like, it was, she came from a breeder. Like, it was a legitimate thing. This just came from some random guy. And I'm glad that Jake got him because he's like our expensive rescue. And I say expensive rescue because, when you get a rescue dog, they're fixed and they have their shots and they have all that stuff. And this dog didn't. So we still, or he has to still pay for all that stuff, which he saved up money for it. So anyway, he brings the dog home. The dog's name is Diesel, like diesel gas, but with a Z, which I liked Willis, but he went with Diesel. He liked Willis too, but then he thought of Diesel and he went with that. I just yawned again. So his belly is huge, like the biggest potbelly puppy I've ever seen, which everybody knows is a wormy dog, like seriously wormy dog, and like offensively wormy dog. This puppy was, it looked terrible. It was tight. It was just bad. It was bad, y'all. So I said, okay, well, if you're going to do this, if you're going to have this dog, you need to have him go to the vet and whatnot. Like, we need to obviously do this right. But our vet wasn't open by the time he got home. So I was like, well, I guess Monday, Jake had to go back to work. Today's Monday. Jake had to go back to work today. So I said, well, I guess I can take him, We go to PetSmart to try to get some warmer, just to try to get some of that out. The bottom, he's got white feet, but the bottom, like the pads of his feet, were so pale, y'all. They were so pale. His gums were pale, like he was bad anemic. And the reason I know that is because we watched Dr. Pole. And Dr. Pole is very educational, and you learn a lot. Probably too much, just enough to be dangerous, probably. But anyway, that was a pretty simple thing. So we took him in there. We didn't let him down because he's 6 weeks old. We didn't let him around any other dogs because we don't know. Jingle is vaccinated. She's up to date. She's wormed. She's all that. But we didn't know about any of those dogs. So he stayed in the buggy, and we got him like a leash and a collar. We got him his food and water dish. We got him a snuggle, a stuffy is what I call it, because when you bring a new puppy home, they whine and whine and whine and whine all night long because we're kennel training him. But the problem with that is they get lonely, especially if they're used to having a bunch of other dogs with them, and he was. Jake said that this puppy was out like not in the woods, but kind of in the woods, like, not that they were being hidden, but he's just out there. and he'd slept outside. He'd just been outside, and obviously had not been all that much cared for. It didn't appear to us. So we got him a stuffy that he could sleep with so he wouldn't be lonely at night. And we do have Jingles, but they have to get used to each other. So we took him, and we couldn't find the wormer at PetSmart, and went to Tractor Supply, got him some wormer, brought him home. He was so sleepy, y'all. He was so lethargic. Like, we were worried about him Saturday night. Like, he wasn't gonna make it. I was kind of worried that he was not gonna make it. And he would get bursts of energy, but it was just kind of like he was just so whatever. And at 6 weeks, now I'm not a dog expert by a long shot, but it seems like to me 6 weeks is when you start weaning a puppy from their mother. And anyway, this dog was eating dry dog food. So he was either a champ at eating, because he would go and get Jingle's food. And Jake bought him some puppy food, just like we had fed Jingle. And anyway, it just didn't seem right to me. It didn't seem right at all. So Sunday we go to church, and he's up and around better Sunday, and he does great all day Sunday. Like, he pooped in the floor. Y'all, we got that wormer down, and like Saturday night I took a straw because we didn't have a syringe. I don't know why I don't have a syringe at my house. Just don't. I took a straw and was like giving it to him, and he was drinking it that way. I mean, he knew how to lap it up, but it was kind of like he knew how to lap it up, but it was he liked that way better. So I kept telling Jake, maybe we need to get a bottle and just give him some milk. Give him the dry food, but kind of wean him off or whatever. Because Jake didn't know whether I guess Jake didn't really know if he was still on the mama or not. We just assumed that he wasn't, because you're selling them. If you're selling the dogs, then obviously they're not going to be on their mama still. You would think. So we got him in, and we got him in and got some wormer in. Sunday, y'all, he pooped in the floor. He pooped a worm. I know that worm was 3 inches long, and the dog is a little dog. 3-inch long worm. I about had a heart attack. I just about had a heart attack, because Jingle has been wormed, but they can still catch it. I was like, oh heavens, no. So we get it up, and Jake cleans it up, and we've been taking him outside. He's been doing pretty good about that. He's had a couple accidents, but not as many as I would expect. And he's starting to play. He did well yesterday. He was up and moving around. He was awake most of the time, unlike the day before when he just laid there. His belly has gone down a good bit, actually, but obviously he's still wormy, and we will get him. He has an appointment at 10 o'clock today for the vet, so I will take him to the vet, let them give him his first shots, because it's just now time for his first shots and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of that's kind of a thing, it's just, I don't know, like, that poor dog. Like, I considered him an expensive rescue, seriously, because maybe I'm not getting enough oxygen to my brain. Ugh. Like, I'm glad that we helped the dog. I'll say it like that, because he needed to be away from there. I don't know what would have happened, obviously. And Jake said the people were not mean to their dogs. They just were like backwoods country people who were just selling the dogs that they had, and it wasn't like a legitimate breeder. So anyway, which a lot of people say go adopt from a shelter, which I agree with that, but I think this dog needed us too. He needed us too. And he's a cute little thing, and I'll put a picture of him up here. But he is. He's a cute little thing, and he is doing much better. Oh, the pads on his paws. Yesterday, his gums started turning a little more pink. The pads on his feet, on his paws, were pink instead of pale white. Like, seriously, they were white, y'all. So they're pink now. So he's coming around, and I don't know. Yesterday, I told Jake, I was like, you know what? Let's give him some whole milk, because that's what we had. Let's give him some whole milk. I had it for Jake, because Jake could he bought him that dry dog food, but he put like my almond milk on it to let it soak and soften, and the dog didn't like it. He liked the hard food, which again shows that this dog obviously has been off of his mama for a minute. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get a bottle, and I'm going to put some milk in it, and we'll see. And he would chew on the nipple, like, to get the milk out, and drink like half a bottle of milk, and then we poured it into a bowl, and he lapped it up and loved it. And he just started feeling better, I guess. I don't know what he was deprived of. We gave him some nutritional yeast, which is what I eat that on my popcorn and stuff with Trim Healthy Mama, but all it is like full of B vitamins and stuff. Full of B vitamins and iron and stuff like that. And when we looked it up, that was just as good. It's sad that it was just as good as the piece of liver that you would give the dog when it was for anemic dogs. That was just as good. But he ate it, y'all, and then Sunday he was so much better. So I'm hoping that we gave him a little bit of energy. We helped him out a little bit. And we'll see what the vet says today. I'll keep you guys updated. But y'all, that poor thing, I felt so bad for it. Jake was so excited about him. He was so scared for him Saturday night that something bad was going to happen to him. And, it is what it is. But anyway. So, it is what it is. Oh, and Jake put our new mailbox up. It looks so much better than that old mailbox we had. That's what's going on the homestead, guys. We got a new mailbox. And Jake cut part of the grass. Oh gosh, this driveway definitely needs to be redone. So we got a new mailbox, and Jake cut part of the grass. Still don't have eggs. Those freeloading girls, I tell you what, I told them, we had a talk the other day. I believe in talking to your animals. We had a talk, and I was like, look girls, y'all gonna have to look at all of them just fighting over the thing at the door because they see me pulling up. Nosy things. Anyway, guys, I will let you guys know after we go to the vet what all they say. They will give him dewormer. They'll give him his first shots, things like that. We want to do good by this dog because he's our little rescue. So that's kind of what's happening here. We went to church yesterday. Sunday school was the first day of Sunday school. It went well. So all that's, we're trying to get back to a normal life. We want a different normal life. We want it to be different. So that's what we're working towards. And we've had several setbacks, but we want to get everything paid off. We want everything to be just so. So anyway, you guys continue to pray for us. Pray that my teaching picks up because I am still new, but I would love to have a bunch of classes. And anyway, I'll let you guys know what the vet says. Hey guys, so I just came back from the vet with Diesel, and basically he's asleep right now. She said that he did not, the fecal test that they did not show any parasites because of the warmer that we gave him this weekend probably helped with that, but it's actually probably a little too much. Maybe that's why he had some tummy issues. But he didn't have any parasites. So she said that we're going to give him a few days to kind of relax and his tummy to rest. And she gave me some stuff for like the baby worms, whatever those are called. Whatever they're called. She gave me some of those, a little dropper, just some liquid that we could use on him. He got his injections. He's all up to date for the most part. He has to come back in a little while for some other things, but all in all, he is probably still a little anemic, and that's what I told her, like it was bad, like he was so bad. And she said that his belly is still really big, but that he is going to be fine. And she said he's going to shoot up. It's going to be, he weighs 6 pounds. She said that he is we're going to be amazed about the amount that he's going to grow in the next little bit. She thinks that he's going to double in size by the time he comes back. So, anyway, she said he's going to sprout up because he's going to do so good after he gets all of his stuff worked out and fine. But, anyway, that's what he's doing. You just saw the picture of him. He is sleeping right now. And she said just to let him sleep because he's an infant, you know. She told me don't worry about, like, let him eat the dry food. He doesn't need to have, like, any supplemental milk or anything like that because he's so young. Because I asked that. And she said no, that he didn't need it, that he just needs that food whenever he wants it. But his tummy, like his actual stomach, is so tiny that it doesn't take much. And they poop a lot. That's why they poop a lot. But she told me, like, Purina Pro Plan will cause him not to poop quite as much, which is, I think, what we feed him. So anyway, it's kind of the whole thing, though. And RVet gives you like a sample of Science Diet, and she said if we wanted to kind of sprinkle that on top of his food for something different, because that Science Diet is really good for dogs, but it's really expensive. So she said obviously don't swap it up, but you know, you can if you wanted to do that. I'm trying to think of what else. That's about it. I'm going to go home today. I'm going to clean the house, and I'm going to try to figure out something for supper, and I'm going to go check on the chickens and let him rest and let him sleep as much as he wants, because that's what she said he needs to do. He needs to be babied for the next few days. So, anyway. So, I guess that's all. And I know a lot of people are going to have an issue with Pit Bull, but we've had one before, and she was the best dog ever. And you do raise them differently than you raise another dog. At least we do. And you know, I'm hoping that all works out well, because Jake has really been wanting a dog for a long time. And on a homestead, you do need a dog that is like a bigger dog, not a huge dog, but a bigger dog that is capable of chasing off other predators that might come and threaten your flock or herd or whatever it is that you have. So, and that's what he'll eventually be, is like something for the house, but not, you know, not like a ferocious deal, more along the lines of predators. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you got something out of it, or you know, you just got to learn somebody else's business, because sometimes that's just what you want to hear. And I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share us with your friends, because we'd like to share our story with everybody and, you know, help others when we can, or, you know, get help from others. It's great too. Also, we do have infertility stories that we will tell at some point in time. I've completely forgotten about that with all the rest of the stuff that we've got going on. I just haven't shared all that, but we do have that, and we do love helping people when it comes to things like that. So anyway, we'll be sharing that too. So anyway, yeah, ring the bell. Don't forget, subscribe, like, ring the bell, share, and all that business. But we will see you guys on the next video. Bye.